Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo September 28, 2022. Today is potentially excellent for exploring your ideas, so be sure to find the time to let your mind wander safely. You have great ideas, and you might enjoy filling in some details of plans. Great ideas can also result from casual interactions with networks. The day can be quite useful for cooperative efforts, especially where it concerns communications. On this day before a new moon, it's important not to jump into something new. As well, it's best not to keep yourself so busy that you have no time to reflect. Tomorrow's new moon can stir up awareness of a private matter or the need for more rest and some seclusion in the weeks ahead. The cycle ahead of you increases your focus on replenishment, healing, repair, relaxation, and contemplation. As long as you allow yourself to go with the flow instead of trying to push the pace, you'll be in a great emotional place now. Today will feel quieter than the last few days as there are not any major transits or aspects. This is ideal for the moon to work its magic in the sign of Libra. When you lean into the lunar energy, you can rationally consider all professional associations, networking possibilities, and dreams. The lunation is asking you to slow down to consider your prospects. The lunar energy is perfect for tapping into your partisan side, as you should weigh your commitments carefully to ensure that your professional aspirations are successful. In the lead up to Venus, the planet of money's game-changing return to your income sector tomorrow, there is a need for a wait-and-see approach, even though there is likely to be a growing sense of confidence and anticipation. This is early in the year for Venus to be back, but as she won't leave until March, this is destined to be a game changer. You can be extremely conscientious regarding your diet when you put your mind to it. Think of the lion out in the wild. Only the freshest kill will do for a lion and her cubs. When it comes to feeding her little ones, she lets nothing stand in her way. Try using this feline mentality when you visit your local organic grocer. Go up to the clerks and ask which vegetables are freshest and treat yourself to the best the land has to offer. In her last full day in Sagittarius, Venus is doing what she has done every other day of her 4-week visit, which is to give your heart a voice. The difference today is that this is something you can't afford to tune out for. While Venus can give your heart a voice, it is up to you to listen. Over 2 weeks before your birthday month and new solar year is due to begin, Venus is giving you a chance to decide what you want from the coming year. Already this is a time for setting resolutions. As she spends her last full day in Sagittarius, Venus, the planet of love is looking to the future with confidence, and when it comes to your romantic and relationship desires and expectations, with a lot of blind faith. Venus is setting expectations for a new solar year that doesn't even begin until later in the month, but with planets on the romantic and relationship fronts that can turn those desires into reality. As you may know, the moon rules your intimate 8th house of sex, collaborations, energetic exchanges, and soulmate connections, but it's currently transiting through your socially conscious 11th house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world, bringing emotional emphasis and intuitive clarity to themes surrounding your individual freedom. Are you contemplating the foundation of your romantic connections? The moon's challenging square to transformative Pluto creates friction between your sense of security and the desire to explore your horizons. Making a decision is easier said than done, so steer away from impulsiveness and stay grounded. The world has changed since last year, and no one of us is immune to changes occurring in our personal lives. Giving has taken on new meaning. We must give of our minds, not our pocketbooks. We must open up to a new way of living with others. Take this period of change seriously, and you will not be left behind. Yoga is a wonderful practice for giving power to the mind to show the body a new way of being. Our eyes in the sky. Day brings the moon in Libra, creating a grand air trine with Venus and Saturn. This is a beautiful energy to lift your spirits. You might be able to step back from your problems and see them from a more analytical perspective. There's a strong feeling of harmony, with the Sun and Moon in Libra bringing many gifts of happiness and community. You might even be able to express some of the things you've been holding back over the last few days. As Venus in Gemini gently connects with Saturn in Aquarius, there is a refreshing ease of mind. You're able to work around your problems and see the more evolved side of the lesson. Remember that there is some kind of duality in everything. Whether you're taking the good with the bad or understanding the lessons of the shadow side, you have much to appreciate right now. You might even strengthen your connection to a wider group of like-minded individuals who also see the world from a more spiritual perspective, so be open to the people you meet online or off. Secret admirers can come out of the woodworks with little or no warning during transits like these. This week brings you a sigh of relief. You'll find out that change is possible. If you've been lax about stabilizing your career and looking toward advancement, it's time to make a shift. If your career doesn't want to cooperate, you need to map out the steps for change. Money follows when you get in touch with your emotions. Whatever makes you happy will give meaning to your working life. Before noon, retrograde Mercury aligns with Venus in Virgo, helping us to communicate our feelings and desires. However, because Mercury is retrograde, we may also be re-evaluating our affections and determining where others fit into our lives. Planets in Virgo crave structure, and under this influence, we may assess whether romance has become ritualistic instead of helping us to grow. Fortunately, we can discuss sensitive issues with our partners now without hurting their feelings, but we may still come off as more critical than we intend. Maintaining a little bit of self-awareness should help to mitigate this problem. If someone does permit us to assist them, we will make sure they don't forget it. Reminders of how giving and generous we are subtly imply that we are owed a debt of gratitude, which inevitably breeds resentment, making the other party wish they hadn't asked in the first place. We should monitor our actions closely today. Self-reflection is the only way to determine whether we are out of line or overstepping another's boundaries. Before noon, retrograde Mercury aligns with Venus in Virgo, helping us to communicate our feelings and desires. However, because Mercury is retrograde, we may also be re-evaluating our affections and determining where others fit into our lives. Planets in Virgo crave structure, and under this influence, we may assess whether romance has become ritualistic instead of helping us to grow. Fortunately, we can discuss sensitive issues with our partners now without hurting their feelings, but we may still come off as more critical than we intend. Maintaining a little bit of self-awareness should help to mitigate this problem.